This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Boadu TV so any moi ene mo first time mo hwe channel no ye besrew na wa subscribe na afi one like video no wo comment nso hu hia na we jada to comment section mo scroll da be say wase o na wa share dia na ye rase na de tienie Kwaku Annan wa fire e wo front line jumedie so wo CTV so na ni nyina ne say sa Ofori Atta na ye say oye wanted no ade awaye nie amanfo nyuma wo guye tama na omotia edwaso nyanse ketwa we banksa ogu no 2017 2018 se sa banksa no na amanfo di hu sika na banksa ogu ni nyuma ogu no papa kwesi ndum se du agongo wo mo nyuma ogu ni nyina na ye pesemi kuminya omugu bi dia mu de enkoso nye yisa entine yes I wanted the ne baby o she bi ya MPP fo bi edi o mani sika no mahama president enhwe ne yanchi o munyina dia osese okogio dia osese etwena so dia osese ye gie sika ya osese ye hwe kwa bia so ne ye gie sika na senyo no nkwa relate ya ovi beka ya ovi ase ohunu oh Hopeson one no me say adoma MPP for no and ding
the special prosecutor Kisi Ejaben oye ne dwuma papa na mabona basu yi Kisi ye ne dwuma fe kama ye wo binimu a wo mususu se Kisi ensese obo makacha na so ntonkra enfre wom. And so there's rumors of from them near there. Well, they tell wasem. But for the former finance minister there, Kisi Ejaben ameyati asese or your wanted list now. Sure. And Timika say red alerts. Essence saying former Sanahine Nitiswo red alerts down so. Just where you nipa the special prosecutor no. Ama ewiase na all over the world. Yenya ntie ebra enne ebeko na wieye no kire se yama ewiase na ehu se oyobi a ye hwehwe na sabri so na wato ewirem kwayem mipom esirem nnuem ensuom obi anim eninti no special prosecutor no Kisi Ejaben was stamp an authority ewo so. Therefore, wherever the former finance minister is, will not, cannot, and may not decide to be in a hideout, except to say that he has to come out and then come out to answer some charges. You see, and I'm listening to some of the lawyers, and some of the lawyers are saying, no, the special prosecutor in Yai, Sasamna Wakano. Na on prosecuting in absentia any honke kahon enemy ade I disagree. We need Ofori Atta here in this country. We need him here. Folks, and well, we're going to go into serious discussions on this Ofori Atta's matter. And tonight, my guest, Hopeson Adoye. He's the director of Special Duties Movement for Change. Will join me shortly, and then we'll do all the analysis. Yes, members of parliament being so Kasa say the modus operandi of Ofori Atta and Koyi into Ofori Atta and says, oh, yeah, and you may be saying, then, and special prosecutor and says, oh, yeah, Sabini there, well, but me, no. Me name baby amu free ba asemba ena mo yesa o asemba ene ye yesa asem mba ya yen yesa o bibia ye okay yesusu ye huni se ye dwen se bibia na sa pepepe na se ko so adenti ye na ye nti ase na ye ne se no special prosecutor no got it all wrong. No, he's within his remits of the law say oye ni dwuma no pepepe while some of you say ohona okoye no sense so oko se fie ho no omokoye na sense so oko se den yo me de me mente sansam sem na mokeka na say but be that as it may and yet the first time I hear who be near the American motia say and yet the first time one a former minister national security boy run fie na won makoye search say omra na omeyi ensem bi ano na sansem no yenhwe se de be na enye the first time ni no nti mamoma enye te say oh na we de ya bad no please munsusu why can Ofori Atta opeo so ba board me say then can Ofori Atta opeo so ba board oh dear munima dear radius share grofo we pa share there be you second Ofori Atta yede ne ba bebia owo bia see yede ne ba fast tonight ebeye hu keke ya asodija folks brace yourselves, a lot is at stake tonight and yedo ba be remo fast me hu say nanabi eguzwe kasa ba makasa nanabi e so kana nutum nanabi eguso kasa ontin se miase ena ote ase enso a enye yi nti o kasa enem ne ade no nanabi e so yedin ba on pese obedin office kwan a yede papa na efa so ne de enye na right pa la ila asamba bawo asamo beba papa Inspector General of Police IGP Jinayi Mr. George Ekufu Dampare anase Dr. George Ekufu Dampare I say ohono or the Ghana police von ohono I in safe haven and or to hona or shed your share anadri ye babe ye juma stronko. Look, those of you who disagree with the special prosecutor and revise your notes, right? Yes. How come, say, ono Ken Ofori Atta obetimi atro krata dia koma the current chief of staff say wokwa akohwe ne ho yare ana okọ aspiti nti aspiti na wokọ ni nti no ene yema ono Ken Nana Yaw Ofori Atta so wonko nti za ho ya sempapa ho. But when Ken Ofori Atta was making people sick, when Ken Ofori Atta ensuring that people are dying, and they are okay to some crowd. Do you know how many people have died at the era, and I say in the era of Ken Ofori Atta as a finance minister? It's only Ken Ofori Atta or Home. People's husbands, people's sons, people's fathers died in this country when Ken Ofori Atta was the finance minister. No man crowd for weird, and ne ono de Nyankopon pa na dom na ban na free power. Emma wetimi who said no, as a see a man kwan moko aspiti about down for mad people. Some of those lawyers don't be stupid and speak rubbish to Ghanaians. Okay? A lawyer for na mugona moke kan kwasi asam no, you better shut up before we descend heavily on you people. Ni bisamo. When people's fathers, so people's mothers, people's husbands, people's wives, including your former wife, former what? Chief Justice, were on the principal street of this capital at the scorching sun, in the rain, and what you can think of them. Ken Ofori Atta was hiding in his office. He was hiding in his office and was not ready to attend to anybody. Yeah. Ken Ofori Atta no nya ready kra. No. No nya ready. No person obe hu obi anim. Now, as a result of this haircut or whatever, say haircut, say tepio, but as a result of this, people have died. You could see Omeri. Emonu Ken Ofori Atta na bino, every power. Emonu podia wetimi enya ano ne ehwene edi ahome. Wetimi atro krata de akoma chief of staff ne se. Wono kwa akwhwe ne ho yare sa wo ho abodamsem nonsense of the highest order. Hey, when Ken Ofori Atta supervise the collapse, listen, the collapse of multi-giant companies belonging to the people of this country. Oh yes, and then ubeti another voice. Last Friday, me bo voice record, me bo tape bi mamo. E kwenye faswa. When Alhaji Sedu Agongo, the $60 million bank, Heritage Bank, collapsed in the name under the auspices of Ken Ofori Atta. And Amante, $60 million bank collapsed. And yes, sir, a dear Wakoji Lobi. No. Yeah. And bank in collapsing. Do you know how many Ghanaians lost their jobs? How many Ghanaians today are home? Just all sorts of things has happened. Under Ken Ofori Atta, the JN Bank collapsed. Under Ken Ofori Atta, UT Bank collapsed. And many companies we don't even know. Emene, Shedio, Obiti said Prince Kofi Amoaben, Shedia Sebio, Papa, nice man, Shedia Wayo Nenamo, She Indum on the Namho say, just like that. Emma Indum Ninamho. Sedu Agongo and Ninamho crying. Just say, my boy, 60 million is gone. Why JN Bank? I don't know. Wom collateral ne daho. UT Bank minim collateral ne daho. All right? All these businessmen today have become crestfallen. They are all throwing their hands in despair to catch a glimpse and wondering. They all find themselves tonight in the Alice of Wonderland, right? Yet, Ken Ofori Atta's what? Data bank exists. Nipa ye dwuma wom. Emwa asefo ha munnim nyansa ni data bank ye dwuma. Absolutely nonsense. Stupidity of the highest order. I'm so pissed off and angry. So when you dey wa ebe ode. Na wu Nana B, you goddamn rock. A despicable being. Nana B, you got the nerves. Who to her? SDN. Come on, look. Those of you in parliament, the majority leader, Mahama Yarga, please, pay any form of whatever, any lackadaisical. No, please. The laws, the justice law of this country must be seen manifestly at work. And this is where I call on one Kisie Jabin to the highest altar of what? The man is at work. And they say data bank here, people are there. They are working at a data bank. Enterprise assurance, so say whatever company I don't know, say enterprise insurance, so say enterprise whatever. Say a year juma na yantum a year juma. Is Heritage Bank working? Maybe some. Me say, are you those people saying no? Yenja Ken Ofori Atta. Have you asked yourself? Is why Sedu Alhaji Sedu Agongo ni Heritage Bank a year juma? Maybe some. All of these people, we need to show them. They are all businessmen of this country. Heritage Bank, a year juma. UT Bank, a year juma. No. But listen, John Dramani Mahama has landed as of today from is it Zurich or Munich or wherever he went. Zurich, Munich, Nina Kahon, Germany. Asemen Okoka or say here. Oh, Sedu Agongo Onodana is such a nice man. He is the owner of this media empire, the CMG group of media, no, Nidia, Heritage Bank, Nidia, okay? It is our papa way. So to me, be a saying you may way na, and no danchaya, zero group of companies, Nidia. It's nipa back. This guy can be like a pillar. He can become. He's one arm of the. You can say the local economy. He's one of the umbilical cord of the economy. He's one of the epicenter of the economy. The same applies to when Indum. The same applies to when Prince Kofi Amoaben and the rest of them. And the list goes on and on. And to Ghana, you may kuonwa. Woman na be being kakran, way some Prince Kofi Amoaben no da hono. Mofa Indum Sumbra. All of these guys are part of forming the local economy, the driving force of the economy. The pivot depends on these people. No. Who can Ofori Atta Baya? Who show menim? Just say so mohini na nya ofel. So menim na nya ofel. Who show menim na catch up say mo banks me gunu and ampa. He collapsed all of these local banks and many other companies. Boneben indum the honor me wafa no da. Alaji said to Agongo, me boss no. Your friend Prince Kofi Amoaben is also a friend and brother. They are all Ghanaians. Omo bomme ni penye dwumaye. Boni pen no mo de ye mo. Hwe John Mahama. Okwa moti asem okoka wa IMF wo. Now I am looking for one president obeba. He will look at the faces of the IMF and say, "Hey, listen, guys. Henceforth, this country called Ghana, located in the middle of the world or at the epicenter of the world, we and the IMF yetunkwanta yapai. I am looking for a leader. Obeka the faces of the IMF. Say, listen, this dependency syndrome, we must depart from this dependency syndrome of the IMF. Now, guess what? So, Hisika yekwaji IMF ni saying $3 billion, whereas Ghana can give any neighboring country $3 billion and say yet ye mum ye kobo sa abosia $3 billion. But at the same time, guess what? If you go into our books, we have more than say multiple billions of dollars, more than $3 billion in the pockets, in bank accounts, in people's bedrooms, and many places you can find billions of this money in their homes. And when we are calling them, come forward. Nianji says, "Can you fancy your man?" I say, "Hey, we are not coming." They are all on rooftops. They are sitting on rooftops, and throwing their hands, yes, and crying like babies. They are crying like babies because we are coming after them. We, President Muhammad, IMF, or say IMF no, yes, but at the same time, now John Mahama is telling the people of the defense in Ghana, including the Bretton Woods institutions, hence Ghana is going to focus primarily on what? Fiscal discipline. Mankasa fiscal. It's economic term. We are going to ensure fiscal disciplines and what have you. Do you know what that means? Now, guess what? John Dramani Mahama Ebano, wana nye who says seven previous on, and all this FDIC Ebanabwa, may they develop economy. Papaya niti ayati se sari, wabanwa be cancer nyoma. Sisi ya kase over quantum of money, say back Ghana no. Donald Trump say, "Vacancy nina." And they say, "Oh, yeah, President, what are you to do?" Now, Osha right and left. There's no any salvation. All that you do is to throw your hands in despair to catch a glimpse of wine. The same IMF people. It happens to Jerry John Rawlings. Yeah, when Rawlings overthrew Lehman, our bet transfer. Almost 2 years into that of Lehman administration, when Rawlings to Lehman, Rawlings transfer, and Rawlings faced the same circumstances, and when Rawlings all that Rawlings could do was to throw his hands in despair to catch a glimpse. The IMF of today were there, and they told him, say, "Listen, you need to embark upon what you call economic recovery program, and the essence of it will be to lay a foundation of a productive, sustainable, efficient economy, clarifying the prospect of the wealth creation in the nation under the period of what? Stabilization from 87 to 89. And as you structural adjustment and development. And on IMF, we did by the PAMSCA, the UNDP, Global 2000. In all of what I've said, guess what? Your guess is as good as mine. Ghana, they went further, told Rawlings, Rawlings, line up your economic management team. So Rawlings line up why Justice D.F. Annan, the Nathaniel Kwao, the P.V. Obains, the Ahoy brothers, and what have you. Nothing. We have been at the corridors of this IMF for far too long that you can't fathom that where are we going from here? It took only one leader in this country and the history remained same. Under the Fourth Republic, no government, no president has ever beaten that record, except to say, in 1972, when a great military officer called Lieutenant General Ignatius Kutu Echampo took over the reins of government, he remained the only head of state who looked at the faces of the Bretton Woods institutions and said, listen, and I'm sure many of you, I wasn't there too, but at least I've come to check all the records. He remained the only leader to tell them, say, listen, Ghana will not be responsible for this debt. No, and a Kutu Echampo Beka said, yentua, and I'm pansu, Ghana debt in the baby yentua. At that time, some president here when you be baby okui. Akufo-Addo, ne papa Edward Akufo-Addo. Any why MPP for baby free buy no e buzia. Why Professor Buzia or your Dr. Mua Akufo-Addo papa nso ye dem two intellectuals so at the oman we ekotibie mu ani yehu bida. Two leaders at the oman kotibie bim ne yehu bida. All right? Buzia took this country to the IMF. And eventually, the Ghanaian cedi was reduced to about 41%. All right? And later went for what? Just that the country was thrown into economic recession against the backdrop of what you call, later, Ghana, what you call the very largest public sector retrenchment ever in our history. Apollo 5-6, whatever you call it. Mokai. That's what Buzia did. And the cedi was reduced to about 41%. Kutu Echampo took over, a military officer, when he took over, one of his priorities to ensure, look, agriculture becomes the hub of the growing of the economy. Just as John Mahama is saying today, agribusiness and that of agriculture. Why? Ghana, to the extent that food was in abundance, including the buffer stock was overflow. Ghana was exporting food to all the neighboring countries, including Niger and where? South Korea and Japan. Go and check the history. We have ever exported food to Japan and South Korea under the General Ignatius Kutu Echampo. All right? So, he looked at the faces of the Bretton Woods institutions and said, listen, I will not be responsible for this debt. So, what did he do? He repudiated $94.4 million against the backdrop of this. Guess what the Bretton Woods institutions did to Ghana? They canceled Ghana's trade credit. And also, wait a minute. Anyway, this is where I am looking for bold leadership. We are looking for bold leadership. We need more options than dramatics. The leaders under the Fourth Republic have become dramatics. But guess what this military junta did to the Bretton Woods institutions? When they canceled our trade credits, it affected consumables such as what? Sardine, milk, sugar, corned beef. These four consumables, it affected it. But guess what Kutu Echampo did also? Now he introduced three fundamental keynotes. One, he prioritized these goods. He subsidized it. And then he rationed. Three fundamental key. Now when he subsidized, ration, and prioritized, what it means is that governments will import these stuff. Then government becomes control and determine price market. So then all the retail companies, where A, B, C, D, you cannot sell price according to your own. No, the price will be determined by government. What Kutu Echampo did was simply to ensure that the cedi, which has been reduced to 41%, will rise up to appreciate the dollar. And he succeeded. He went further to do what? To cancel the importation of cotton to the tune of 30 million Ghana cedis. And Ghana saved this money here. This is a great leader. All right? Unimpeachable in everything Kutu Echampo did. Before his government took a nosedive, Ghana was very successful. We were at a very successful end. Why not? Kutu Echampo at one point ended this dependency syndrome with the IMF. And then John Mahama Jinaho. Asimu wakano, you bet me akano wakano, and fault. When would this country walk away? When are we going to depart from this dependency syndrome of the IMF? And I'm this IMF near Kwa and one BBI successful. Do you know what goes into it? On one Kufa the Nepa Pedro, the Kufa the MPP for us for year, a buze. Because so at the end of Utimi was say on me poto. And so I see a friend, Professor Busia. Or my bonke, they know to nothing. They don't know anything. I see a some qua no muticrona no mudie. Your how near Tete beto main so. And so genu, so geni by no. Do bit me here. And I a refi. Kutu Champo declared many operations. What? Operation Bini saying, Operation Feed Yourself. Ye refi. And then Operation Feed Yourself was because he wanted to uplift the Ghanaian spirit. And he's saying 3 fundamental key economic themes. Also one, Ghanaians must what? Must understand what you call self-reliance. Ghanaians must understand what? Local indigenization and local participation. Number 3, Ghanaians must espouse greater economic height. What are we seeing today? You are importing over 1 million metric tons of rice into the country, whereas you have over 1 million thousands of hectares of land you can cultivate the rice, and yet you are importing this rice. Bunch of useless leaders all through now till when? Complete useless, are down for thieves and criminals. And you are sitting in this country, and your clergies, your men and women in the clergy, they cannot speak truth to power. All right? Ghana has become a laughing stock. We have become a laughing stock. We sit there round like this, no more shade. And the US almost face camera. Who's here who baby in Venfa? Meanwhile, we have everything. In fact, Womukran is so much chasing. Woman is so much chasing. Papa and Nitias Sareno, who is it in Abro America? I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? Look at the quantum of waste. Sika just say ye waste sika ne keke. Now be say enti munya badaye kakra de mo menya eranom na ye den kan na no Ofori Atta so onya badaye kakra de mo menya boni be ne beba to the extent say billions and billions na ayira. Meanwhile we could gina IMF ekoyi a humble pie. Why? It's sabri John Mahama ba enti samudi sika ne ba no so John sika ne bebre nie befa ye be dibi kakra etimi di na de aka de befa din quiet no abefa no de koye de so de koye than to see John Mahama traveling hovering in the airspace at the corridors of IMF yet ni sika no gugu mo banks mo enye mo asum ne abu bono bahad and we got to abuse these people. Forget about those useless whatever human right. We have to abuse them and take our money. We have to abuse you people. Why America? When a democracy di America is one. Me say why? Kroben. Which country in the world believes in democracy more than the United States? But look at what is going on over there. Aye? Look at what is going on in the United States. And you think they are stupid? You think that guy is goddamn stupid? No, man. He is not stupid, right? He knows what he's doing. He's telling the people of America, say, listen, America first. I want to make America great again. And wojina NFL park no so. As ye rate said, how Americans believe in whether or not say or shape America no. Of course, say 54. No, is it 54 against 47? The Americans still believe in him. Say yeah. Or ye nyoma ye. Meanwhile, nipa so hu echire wom. All right. Amaya maybe sheni diemo. Amaya maybe dinile mo. Please. Na mo dia mo ti ha. Madam ho akronfo. Ewifuo and nabraba for one who can Ofori Atta bema way. Oh dear. And I dream in I ain't through with him yet. I ain't through with this guy, man. I ain't through with you yet, man. National Security Chiefs, please wake up. Mr. John Dramani Mahama, do not let any goddamn sit there and tell you say no, against human rights. Let's wake up. We need to wake up. Get all of them arrested. Bunch of thieves. Munim say, court. What they are all taking safe haven at the court houses because ebe court the court and court in John Mahama member 4 years now so no me could do musika and more than useless crooks and more than a semutrim and they call it breaking in many places. What there? I mean to the National Democratic Congress mean to move. Sadi way a BT MPP for. But no movie say woman you'll be here no. A BT woman straight up. Anything. Diaspora for a beboa NDC for Emma Mutumi winning high elections way. These guys, a lot of them will. Minimo ka say matomu na egu in vitro baby. And a post ni na ye chichen deputy minister, district chief executive or CEO positions in Ghana happen a moche post no. One more free manoni no. Mube timia mo bibi mo maye no. All of them have been ignored. NDC be tumofo. Sure? Let me tell you something. So we shema over 200 members bought their own ticket. Mami can be being chamo. But church they bought their own ticket. No, they buy Ghana. And at the same time, you better we mobile be train as agents and we could supervise elections in 2024. Now show you spread we na ko places bebre Ashanti region and many other hotspots na seven budget your friends saying we mobile years Medina were founded by these very Ghanaians from London for the in the name of the NDC. Now show she contribution on the buy NDC UK Ireland chapter. NDC UK Ireland chapter. Ediscat saying £60,000 sterling. Saying £60,000 sterling. No, I'm doing real. And once who one more group here from NDC professionals. NDC professionals. One more so they saying 15,000 Ghana cedis. 15,000 pounds sterling. And it's the raha. Then individual contributions. And also one more year on the bread vice, you know. Then candidates running mate, you know. Professor Nano Pukwajman. And also Korea about 5,000. Right? No, the buy. These are the events and contribution of the buy. Now, she names Nibi Omura Kruma. Names Nibi Away. Minim says I need pay them because I have their list. But let me for the time wanting a memorable few be to say Malik Dramani Mahama Obaha, Conrad Dumba Obaha, Kofi Kwache Obaha, Kofi Kwache crowd men na program paying. Johnny Asari Minka onoso by Vincent Ken Johnson onoso ebae Mary Gardner obae Becky Stone obae Adamu obae Kofi Edu obae Roger Apia obae Kate Jonas obae Kwesi Texan obae and many more. The list goes on and on and on and on. But real sa list ya maboboy emu ba ko kra ni ho a ni din yaka se onkoji post. Why? I didn't know mo yesa. Mu che post ni na am just like that. Na se mo be hwe bibi ya mo hwe bibi before e be di wom na me ma betena haka. Now, politics of today, tonight, begins with a self-styled acclaimed prophet of God who is in pain, serious pain tonight. Why? Because some unidentified criminals are out there using his name to exploit people when he's requesting for a rescue mission. Also, when you want to dream but I feel I empathize him for what he's going through tonight. And me say, where then utieno. Assemble and work and say nipe bi dinidin and then the contact numbers and they exploit people for money. Maybe possibly say nipa na oyenese and usunfio no ane ho.
He said ka me make say and na me picture bi no dey ato na video no ala say picture na le kasa.
Eranum Obinim, Kwadwo ene kase o. Kwadwo Obinim. I sympathize the situation. I must be honest. but then I make us a minty say enipa no a oye ade no oye because osua free no minim minti no say bia enipa no osua free no ho na accident minti so but sad, yeah, very sad. Who's that? God. Inti the opesi ye na ene ya ye no. Now if you call main issue no so. Again, we focus on the man currently on the run. Ken Ofori Atta tonight. Let's view some of the companies he brought to its knees as Ghanaian-owned companies. Afi mumienhwe companies ni bia. Ken Nana Ofori Atta ogu sa companies now. For want of nothing, and the screen is yes, we shall be home. Gunina Heritage Bank, Capital Bank, Sovereign Bank, Energy Bank. Munsho, Munkai, at least you Capital Bank, Royal Bank, Heritage Bank, Sovereign Bank, Energy Bank, then Premium Bank, GN Bank, and then Bank of then Banda. And then what's the name there? Baroda. And no one say no mbutu. Baroda. Omunya bank wo memwa. So wait a minute, so say 11 banks in all. Heritage Bank there and the name say no na me boss there. Alhaji Sedu Agongo na ne bank or the $60 million no the shemo. Furiata Gunina Capital Bank we Gunina. So na so we gusa banks way. Na wo say we yepi infantifo wo kase wo so we yepi ya wo yawa enti yema kwan na wo kokosa ho yare wo aspiti ebra na ono ni nua Akufo Addo de a haircut atoto so na nkrofo etwa wiem ni nsuo mekai. There were times these people have hit the street ni nsuo to mo de wi asete and na the lives of Nana Binimo are running to his defense. Okay, meanwhile some concerned Ghanaians out there equally share the view that Ken Nana Ofori Atta must be brought to face the full rigors of the law. Ghana for any business you know, and yes, so a yarinti, and an one a hey, no, I she need to trade. No, we make sure say Ken Ofori Atta more than Abba, and Wababe Fisi, Ghana Mrano, Namrani need said yes. Why I can't see me say, take a listen to this.
This week, Ghana declared its former finance minister a fugitive. Some will say this is a long time coming. You know,
Austria, yeah, they are top of pay so. Show ye Tricia Konechi, natural history done so. A history, papa. So, and the DBA canon, yes, vindication of crime is in the womb of time. Oh, there history at Aqua be repeated. Akufo Addo ne papa Edward Akufu beye one buzia beye president in 1972 womu di dimisa ankohwe ngozi hwe this bloodline we this bourgeoisie for we Erasmatas for we and one de dom so but omonya hwe. However, tonight the business mogul Sedu Agongo continued his harrowing encounter with the former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta and how he collapsed his business entity. Friday, me Sedu Agongo dear Chremo, coin of fast will lose you $60 million. Our business name heritage. And then what was so? Shahan so and Komoben walk out to all these business guys, women now or memo and go baby out. Helping to revive the Ghanaian economy. Now say meti meni esi wom ho. Na ma say wom me go mu business and me home. Now, would you why would you do that? Says Alhaji said, many of you probably might have heard of him. Alhaji said to Agongo, on one or group chairman Emma, group chairman Emma, Zira group of company, Zira, Samoka is our company one. Under Zira comes many companies. Heritage Bank, and send this media empire way, CMG. CMG group of companies, multimedia, and also media, radio stations, bebree, any TV station, Kwaku meda here, me drum enu mu he. Ni na aka ne dwuma ho. Ugu obi adwuma nti se ugu company we na ye yenko yemfa ya no nkopem bo na mo asase radio ni nko anya adwuma hu za. But hey woman is saying, why would a group of people within the political elite class be your imagine say, let's find it a safe haven, say, yen wunu maybe, yen seno, yen collapse no. Now, as a result of this, hundreds and thousands of Ghanaians enkofie, they are in survival, and they will not even for once begin to imagine, say, the ripple effect will be to that it will crash the local economy. Environment. Yeah, the red alert in Ukumwa, and Yama be brave, and a war red alert in yeah. Na Oshemwa, not just as a Siano, Pape Unia Hotosa. Now, in the red alert, you want a date of birth to be that of 7th November 1958. A biom Ubane age now is stated or say, or 66 years, or a Bema, Oceanic Kusiana, a black. A finzo a yeni pidriana kasanso or a black distinguished marks namely are they non-applicable osha complexion or a brown skin possible location yesu says abria ye kase papa or that screen is either so or America United States of America US and I say or United Kingdom until breaking news story ewo hwa yede aba ewo Ken Ofori Atta Nana Addo. Tonight my guest Hopeson Yaovi Ewofiha. He's a security officer, an intelligence officer with a national security in the previous and still a security officer. There is still a security top range. And he on one, I'm in any bedi with all the radar so busy. Hey. Kisi jabe modus operandi ne nya papa into onya fa hene esrehin ensempii ne mne ade. Ya, memo akwaba.
Yeah.
Ebria kase Friday ni ebebo boss kakra.
Yeah.
And they are sabas. But again, this is a developing story. Enye wi se se papa bi ram omawe mu.
Yeah.
Ye kase kwaye bi no nemu nipom srem nuyem nsuom yenim. This e bia woni ma obeka. Special prosecutor no as of today on the red alert craba betoso. Yeah. He no man ye emphasis a wo hwe juxtaposing this also with John Mahama as of weekend say what in kan Zurich wo be say IMF adne de yes ye twe ho afiri nanso ye behwe fiscal discipline me ade meanwhile sika so won krofo nsem uko kan so mo say national security ni ya too brutish me ade so what should we do
yo me that say me nchia omo mo hwe esa brenyina of course abusia fo so ofia omo hwe tempress me chao yeah, Papa said do Agongo. In fact, me share the interview. No, I was sad. This is the man with a clean heart. Why not doing so or mine?
Yeah.
And ne, share banks. I say Nigeria for banks. I have one to do. Or money dear. Ya home. Ama or more koso.
Yeah.
Ghana for the bako 11. You're gunu. Go a gunu no nya boni o mayo. Nipa ya declare no wanted or person no kwane bank.
Sure.
Na ejina. Eti out of that. Ade mi gu adese no. Said e be ya me nkwa me bank be den e betimi ejina. Me call baby. Ana ni edi nkomo na obi ka kire me. One of the banks. Me mpese me specific. Na Onai, a call Nigeria.
That's right.
A cofa the Nigeria Central Bank Governor. Omuye na fufu. Ono so name Ken Ofori Atta.
Oh, I see.
Omuye close. Na papa yi kokosu kire no. Anu one no ba Ghana. Eneja, omu ka kire Ken so papa ya ba opesu hu. Oh, ani enko hia ochebi. Ode no ko ochebi mo mo kodai.
Wow.
Ti hold you komo. Papa could two Bible. Was some bomb by 11 minutes. And so much. Yes.
As an commodine chassis.
As an commodine chassis. Or no ankasa a year duane. wama ne ira na se obi anyo ono kenan kasa eyi aduane e mo mo miensa tena hodi
eto pono
omo yes on because David ade asase se woda
yeah
no mo die papa no say o call back
Hopeson
to omo sorry be ye 4 and e jo mo si mobile no be fa ne private jet ano
really? But no nana ya Ofori Atta na oto omo pono oye aduane
bibia. And he assured them, I say, oh, we bank, oh, BBNC. Oh, near what can one, what BBNC. Papa ne lande war. Ye can say, Abuja. No call office. The next news. This is Abuja Bank.
Oh.
And now one sending a man was say how. The one will call online. Hey. Papa ne se one Ofori Atta nkasa piem woni wiase.
Oh.
Kachira me say ade na wa beka no mintimi nye. Baba because of you. Ya antena nkran yo. What side drive me akọ ukrom. Aba yakotena se. E de gina na so bomba ye 11 minutes.
Empire pa.
Koko yiye ayi besi ho mo mutwitwa bi.
Nsai
Edidi ye. Wo se o ma ye ntu ye na wo fie ho. Ade e dae. Okoko dura Abuja. Wagu bank no.
So this is a Ghanaian Nigerian bank akabo.
No, Ghana ni. Me se me mbese be body di. Ghana ni bank. Ti se ye wura se do agogo bank yi. Sa pepepe.
So ka Heritage Bank.
Me kai pa. Sa pepepe o. Papa ne senka, wo de ka kire me se, oh, wo nim se me nua no.
Yeah, sembi.
Asema wo kai, eye me nko a ebia nka metima ye. Wo de ditro bi kra se because of this that did no. Ebia mintimi nye. No wo se oh wa beka na wo se wonye. What man assurance?
What no pono?
Esa to no pono.
What no pono?
Nipa bonini wo.
Yeah.
Every bia oye nipa bonini.
Last Friday, what I say be similar, sir.
Yeah, plain. O can ya catch on no. It's say no. I know must say yeah. Say nipa no, we do oye Christo nipa o. Ni tibusum essence asabonsam. Essence asabonsam. Look at the story I make actually we. Sasabonsam crowd will not do this.
Baby oh.
So on that you know. Enti why yes I remember we aba betwam wagu nkrofo bank just like that. Banks no crowd bu collapse here no. E ho asem nyamba case we mo.
Enu no nyamba case mo.
Enyamba yo.
Debi
se do mu hia 9 billion ana say yisa 9 billion. Na makwa use to 25 billion. Apa 16 billion in excess. Yenka ho asem ye. Na more sympathize with Ofori Atta no. It seems bibi ngoye. Bibi ngoye. How can we sit in the country that one person ebetima bibi aboso? Me, I am always happy. Sabi taking the fight on this Japadia tina. Ghana for su tie ye eba yetimi sesa aban. Aban ansesa sanse bu igabete.
So wonte o.
Wo be dan wate.
Wate.
Wonte
She Aura Timmy Sika wo mo recover $20 billion.
Wo mo eye eyi na kise jabe. Bisa se hwan be de kise jabe ekoya ye man appointment.
Enye ewo mo anu e gabi asro chida kun ya.
What the Ofori Atta? What we do? Eti se wo ya wonim what is there. Eti no ye. That you see alert na wa issue no. I say what the France and Guyana account.
Mantivo.
France.
So this
and Guyana.
Said
the why they say US in the UK no.
Yeah.
Maybe I would suggest say one for France and Guyana account.
So these are two latest countries
One for
France, Guyana.
Yes.
Right.
Now, sir, alert we no. Look, Ofori Atta cannot move from one country to another country.
Sure.
So okase okwa international flight. If you are from US to AE,
from the security standpoint.
So, baby, you issue red alert on you. Echo Interpol. Now, Interpol will feed this information into the systems.
All over the globe.
And yes, can you na pa? Almost a popping up.
Yeah, quite dangerous.
We are got your agent and chain. What you are not police for about?
Down in your
near about the foul. They say, or you should red alert, baby, I will warn. The only thing you can do is overflow car from one point to another point. Asa? So, overflow loop prepare the oboa. Overflow loop prepare your dobeba. So, it's good. Say, special prosecutor, me, I issue the way. Now, we me say the course we na need there, me say the current ministers are watching.
The current ministers, yeah.
So, do you want to be declared wanted when your time is over? Eti ubon say, wa munyu ba obuba bedino, wa mu de ahweye be den. Ebeye. Say adwuma no. Eno, e na ye me de wo ho. Now, we'll continue to give the support, the necessary support to the OSP to be able to recover some of this money for the nation. Ghana, IMF, Yejina, America, gidi, send of the money. 3 billion.
3 billion, yeah.
3 billion no so grano. Yasachi chemu in peace. Oh, trench waiver, another trench say ever, that didn't they kakika. So now, say, what day Ghana, share or how the current administration will struggle to operate. Because Saka be Omuboyi, Afena, Omuba be Trebio. February ending March. Sikakesi bi dahwa esese Ghana ban etua. Sa sikado oba betua no. Eye ka Akufo Addo ne na ban eboto. Da ba mi fa we ntwam. Omo ye yi no bi se Ofori Atta ma Mako school. Ofori Atta ma bibi ha mo ho. Omo mo kasa bibi ha mo enye sa. Look. Krom highway, Krobiaso. Aban bia ni ho whisker. Aban bia ni ho. Eye the citizens and your whisker. Ye tax na ye tua no. Eno ani ya putunu together. Ade say aban fire adwuma maye. Eti akola ko school na wutua ka, enye wo no watua ka. Yankasa ye tua ye school fees. Hwe nipa bebre ho do mo a, wo momma wo mabusua ni ba bia nu secondary school ana say wo mo twam ho. Omu tua de supporto others. Eti wono okokofa ne. Sasi kana e very reason angasa nso ebi nso ho a omu twa bi na ekobu botom. Eti wo sika be na wa wo say wo no na ama agifo akwa yi. Mo kasa na je say mo ability Akufo Addo kra. The president of the land now wo no ma directors no. Enyo no ne tua ye Ken Ofori Atta ne tua ye. E dey ya resem no. Monja sasem no kana emfatamu. Back to business. Share. Ken Ofori Atta eye obi a sasem a ekosui. Esese Ghana ni bia esuma no. Esese Ghana ni bia esuma no. Wote ho? Wo maame, wo papa aye adwuma mfie bebre.
Yeah.
Wo ye adwuma no say maame nye savings. Emre bi beba. Me ho beche me. Sa savings no ebehwe me.
Yeah.
Emre bi ba sa savings na me ye no. Me di bi kra bebo me ba edwetri.
That's right.
Any ade. Menti bidda from Kwame Nkrumah pension. Even Gwajesberg mo pension menti bidda. Sa wa ye savings na ban say me de me sato so masizi.
Wa wusika wo.
Untimi nyi one cedi gram free.
No.
Se ebetima piasa sika ni bi amawa. This is 2037. Abodam same say every even. And then you sit there and sympathize with Ken Ofori Atta. Na beye na yo. Beye e na yo. How can a whole former chief justice ebe sorry fifie akogina wiem ekita placards say we are tired, give us our money. Now, oh, mammy, and now, no, ebe ya ode. hwe papa ya wa free mu kama company hwe papa no say me am gina hey na me ba be lanchu book na me ntimi mouse ka kese because of obisu banti was say I made a genuine money we a businessman when yeska was serve sika no enya sika ngiti o
na kama so si munye o
billions
so o manufacture drugs
yes
they call neighboring yeni area
abandoning start to sika no so all because of Ofori Atta reckless borrowing you raise Eurobond oh na data bank for no matter where no boy ya ni asene e ba ni atwa mo hu
ya o ni tiremu yo just say ni data bank no and which of the enterprise which one
data bank
as a collateral
anu na wo mo de edi animu ye bibia sika no ba data bank na ha beto no just say aban sika bi o mo de ya yibia ni nyina
on that screen is
papa ni
yeah
me see that day me hwe no me su
so
for now dear me ni hwe wo de betima boa 3000 sikadi say you nko betima ma even 10 million Ghana cedis say be the support book no eso was ya chechire me nsa gumachi de me ni beto aduane adimpo eye problem etu de me support bo 3000 dia tikroma say na wo ye nipa nyankopɔ de adwuna tuuti mu mframa wo mu ahome na wo say wo sympathize wo Ofori Atta na wo ye baifo
seriously
let us say wo no mpa de papa enye be ye na mpa de papa how can we do that
be you
how can we do this etime de me say Ghana for ye gina ye nkamum look say ansha se mfiri ba bia enwie wo ba bio ebre bia ana ban mu for diska ano mu diska ye ba be yire wo mu agiska no so a na sa pa koda ne bibi fama nyame na da enye hwe e de kai ka ho edo na ne eku abibi man
na granto ahenifo ni nem
hwe emrofo no won enje o maye bible de kitaye no emrofo no came from Genesis to Revelation no ado mu hu say from Genesis eba no hono no sa 5 books of Moses no was say a hono ana de bobra ebeboa ye camera bo e hono de bobra ebeboa emu ho asem bi hye ho Moses say say dia fonomi obi bo wo so mu a wo so ma wonsem nya den na yinu ba ko vom next time o me bo obi so bi tia o na so a huri kosro na so fasini na so cream next time we meet you na so bi and we use that law of Moses hwe bi so bi o wa brochire bi say what the car atwi obi ka amana ka say me de amanyame ana ho ya mi boboji kwa na wo de bisa wo pa ma 5 minutes na brochire for nko amfre no mun ka say boy who born dog who wo bio uni bio ubetua obi ogamba obetuma aka se ka do gra ope ka foforo obeje ka foforo no ni insurance beto ama no that wo wutua
exactly
etu kwa renew insurance ska ubetua next time wo just add the bill but Ghana
before minima there have black people how was our continent is o
me am experience circle sata no munye overhead no nti yesi meme ko ye Kadeshi side ana akwa bi free nche no wo me bona beji mitika chense hey be careful wamwa crowd me tisi for no bunkoto ye me so bunkoto ye me won o me me say omo ton ade wo nyina enye hwe fama nyame wo de enye hwe me fama nyame no hwan na ekoye me ka no
fa koma nyame na
so obi agina ho fama nyame let's say me to be ka da me ko ekokoye me that is the mentality subanya ekita bibini black man subanya ekita no that ye say ya ebeye den ana oman no akonanim eti oye na otua ya wokoye card tua ya next time wo ba no because hey hwe ye na obo na be obeto no boase no amani pan how many minutes how many seconds and the bet take you say wagina amaka twam na onso wako that's to say ya na eko eti sa ayi abai se yaka enye kero Ofori Atta nkwa ho
enye kero Ofori Atta nkwa ho
ebeto aso so on the no apart from the special prosecutor you know attorney general so edi ni djuma issues are OSP aboboso no attorney general so additional ones bi a body so beboso eti odono de na semia no e modu say yesu
Valentine's ye die wi o
me say modu say yesu
na no wo she no say ya wi o dia
o we say yesu great ja him Valentine dura I say to I wish no look ye go krom ha say ebra ban sisa 2017 na say aban de oka we a contractor we a supplier wa ya adwuma na sika esese ye tua oka no Kwaku se wa ma ye opposite hand mu baby cantonment ha baby a wo sika no wonya nda wonya oba yo go so okay be there se opese meju sika no ma wontem dia ade meje 20% meje 10% open so an wasan check wo ho ade ama no wo san check man any 1 week
no saka
na wo sika na wo saka sika wo fa ho any 1 wo ko ho ko humro fo asalai bibi fo asalai ade dia ni is it not conflict of interest
of course
because me nua na te ha eti no be di we ba ya no asan na manya me ho manya mo ahunya ne de mo anya se obede no odi obede no I enjoy
asumjo menye di diska no
Kwaku ya ye ni ha ye nam ha ya ye ni bi wo si asori bia ye okay yes re ye ko ye baby ba free me o ye de red alert abeto me baby abiti e dey ba de red alert ba abeto me so but grofo bi o hodo mu a e beto to mu so e beto to mu so so de tie no e beto to mu so look aban sheda anu oyi nani that I say who does not move to two quite or moon to us on to two quite I started you what you want to say red alert the down so a ho and who said yes it here so on the now when say special prosecutor be confeder look you should write to the various embassies in this country say nipa simesi ye hwehwe no
yeah
so alert your people for us baby omuba hunu bia omumva no mre ese so oba no be answer issues na aba on board nyina wo kai SML
yeah
o say ebra 484
yeah
expose that corruption ni ade no
yeah
imani gan SFne wo munyina de omanu tu
sure
ebeye ho ema president Akufo-Addo then yes o ma KPMG
aye sa
akwako audit the agreement and see whatever look SML in the agreement na every year ombenya 120 million 120 million no munya no na adwuma be no moye ye wo GRF ne other agencies a wo mo eye adwuma no ese mo de na ye den assurance enti mo hwe se bibia betim aba nipa na wo ye adwuma no ma ne sen sei na wodua ma no na boko kutua $120 million. So in the period from that time emedu say 8 years no beso no na nkrofo na nya over 1 billion with no wait time mo ma ye investigating hwe say ehifo na hye SML ase Kwaku Ghana ha yin na ne dia obi wa won se no akwa fabre no pete bia ba begina ho say oh broni na to Lancaster o wa ko hwe mu na ntisa o ta say oh company we ye broni we dia o kwa ko hwe mu no na ntisa
I mean front to front together.
Look, as I said, Ghana, you call feder to investigate some microphone or more bank account near the house in Kakomuni near Kaikam. Share, baby, I know, say, or more a ghost names in the other. Ghost names here, you sending in our bank. And yet, then, and I see you soon near you for no, or Mutimiko Yiskano. We need to investigate. The bank manager in charge will create this idea as a state in partnership. The relationship manager and non facilitating a use can be or drive for the Konipanifi, any idea. The state must punish them. Say, yes, statistics here, yes, Anna. There will be sanity in the system. Because men are my church so a din who do see a Tiomoka, a din a Katrani in answer bank. I did it to be Sababedi Mimibuto. Does it mean Sabina signature or horn manner? So these are some of the things as I say, yet me. But for Ken Ofori Atta, me say, Papa in the year no finance minister. Was on 1 jacket here. That day nana me shame. Kwaku, who be ye Juma ma pine? Was a 1 jacket here. Nkasa time na ngese Ghana for ye ma ya no so na nko mo sesam and I say what step aside
anye say oh onya ketu and na bia or sympathize say aban no on person be burden government na that.
How can you sympathize?
Maybe Ghana for no say dey see
sika de gu oni mu a wo hwei wo se me de me jacket ya na say na nyina na opposition ye nim say de nyoma go Aname boy.
Asem no ebiti enso pa o. Aso okay.
Ye nim say nanu amako.
Yeah, ebiti en.
Etimi ba be ye adwuma magana. Metimi free office 2 a.m. 3 a.m. Menya ketua. And we quiet. The president na o appoint wo no kra jaketua.
Hey. Now they also wonya ketua.
Wonya ketua. Wonya ketua. Sanke de ne kokoto ba bi ti se. Ya hifampo. Ahifampo kra na obe mi pe baby anka ye de no kokoto hodom a na nka o kase wonya ketua ne ho se o okay because baby a wokodo de ebra bia sika gu wanim sa ena ye kase se company bi na onya 120 million Ghana cedis say do agongo bank was what they say na shemu
$60 million.
Bra wo bra yans wonya sa $60 million. Obi be transfer 1 year near try $120 billion. Na you say ma ye nya de hwe no yes say Ghana for yes so sa nyoma no so eni was say yes so this is the man na obe ready budget na the quotations yi ba obeka cathedral ho asem that the quotation yi o fro sa ye ba besia hye adumunyam public funds bia enkom the only thing a free state ekom eya asase no apart from asase no ye mfa Ghana 1 peso akra enhyem Ghana for ni ache sabade ti no ridi o ka asase no afi no so ye na afi wo ba biem ye hwe government expenditure ye hu ya ne say $58 million. Echem. Hey, na we fever. Ozo abamu na drawings no na ye yiwa ana hase ni ye sei. E kokodru ya mi ese esofu kusi boate nkra bo. Cathedral Bosia. 40 million Ghana cedis. Later on, ado mutuama no na mbisa me ho se. Eti onya sasika no. Ewe. What do you say? OSP ne other agencies no. Sasi can say or the ball cathedral Bosiano. Find out. Taxes and UTI. What's what the ball Bosia? Later on I buy Etuamano. tax saying anu tua free mu e ho pe e de hiame the ho anu wan hwe ya ono so no wanted no e bi beto no so ho ne tie no ya tena krom amafo e je ne omo pe je se enu ano no they better they build this country e be yeden be say nipa adwuma ye sorry ahomache ko ba nyina ne say won sabe ko wa no ana me bo now yesi obi adu ho a oyiwu a ewo na ewo ne nsa ho no obekwa akọ horo enye dey odi bi beka na no sir obeta friend nsa kakra ana me bo good eti chese waje adwuma na obi ache obibi why sign contract bi na obi ama obibi kakra nkaje problem na to go ahead and then scam the country this way there Ken Ofori Atta must rot in jail.
Chese enye so okoje ba rot.
Me say he must rot in jail.
No be sure.
Me say he must rot in jail. I don't know.
Are we also looking forward to say we have to, you know, see to retrieve a sick na how is the state
now so data bank why you confiscate I say scale go hold na here there any state in there Ghana
enterprise assurance and all of that
this is the man
transitions in nipe wo
who say they were blaming Dr. Dufo so buy the bank no na the simple
Dufo bank
them what can to no say you say government funds in our hodum nefa eti na monti ase do for insurance company wa ma the insurance company no ama me center of government ayi on wa me insurance ma government no this man apart from data bank no enterprise insurance nidia or making sure apart from metro mass transport ana SIC insure no all government business biano one fanfa enterprise insurance asamato one fanfa enterprise insurance asamato etiafe na other insurance companies no almost offer because one person wono pe ana nyankopon boy yefunuma no eti bibia yesika Ghana ha bia no ese se ono no nchen eneko and we were quiet. Is it not a conflict of interest? Say wa tro letter say wa resign is no more a director of the company ntino Kwaku obi afa enterprise obi afa data bank
David
eja get over that there I need there forever.
It's conflict of interest in cry another assembly.
I need there forever. I need there. So they because you depend the paper. After what do we say? We resign as director, you know, and no. And say do agongo ka say okay, Christ Media because of you know, my me home as director, my trim home as director. Does it mean say engineer?
Engineer pa.
On ton you.
David.
But what you know? And what do I show me say? We are director, and to know your director. Obet Marco Sanchez go. Obet me. Put me. Eti candy, me say. Ghana for Mumaye Nina Yamra together. What you be grow who the channel grow one few. Those days, Omaba cabinet meeting, Ujina Jubilee House, Quinano, no Oba, what channel, good evening. Oh, good evening. No, one year home punga sound. One year home punga sound. Can there, what if you will come? Say, but say, Sapapa with you. There may be a bomb
before bank, Unibank,
Unibank. That will account all.
Oh, okay.
Say, John, the man go be account to grow.
I see.
Let's say John person or call to talk a yibi. Omo man loan bi ohonum ti menen ne koye no kokoye ho adwuma. The hard was here be bank account wa. That me be account. That wo honum. That me yes small ayi wo honum. So on the they say papa be gunu because o pese obi ehun se wo ana o yesikani won kwa wo bank ana che se ejina so e wo Ghana wo kunkrofo look at Pakwesi Nduom.
Yeah, GN Bank.
Under previous NDC administration, under omuma no ekwan say obetimi afinance contractors. Eto omba betwiaka no motwa ba GN Bank or no so atima atete ne de. Enti Pakwesi Nduom masika pa. Aba mu di adwuma bi guso. Aban sisaye no. O approach mu na mu say mu beye auditing. Ana mu ye auditing. Omo ko ye ka ne say a site
yeah
kohwe kwa we na we aye no makohwe o maye wo mu wie ni nyina no they agree on a certain amount. I'm say 2.8 billion or so bibisa say eno wo mu ye satisfied wo mu betua kakra bi wo ho no mu a na they are in dispute of that and o ka say okay mo de mu ntua ma de ma me na kufu adoma Ken Ofori Atta order say ontua Pakwesi Nduom ni sika ma no oh yes sir. Ofri wa say garaway. Me say obudi akire. Look, Pakwesi Nduom ekofa Gary ne bako as lawyer. Gary. Esa fa Gabi as a rochire dako. Omo mienu as the lawyers.
Inner circle.
And wo ka kire wo mo say wo de mo ngi sika no ma ye nche no 50-50.
Oh.
Wo de mo ngi ma me na mo fa 50%, na me so me fa 50%. Be say omo ko hu papa isi wo tua da. Because otua ne bank ne besa baba it won't tua that ende obi ti baby e sympathize. Look at the number of Ghanaians ano mu yadwuma e wo GN Bank nkwa.
Yeah,
Heritage maye, Capital maye, we maye.
The bank be ameti din Bruno DND.
Yes. Amafo I decided say they are putting their resources together and make sure say omo grow yi wa ha say
okay Sovereign Bank, Capital Bank.
Hwe me bank ne nyina akwakoye foreign say nye South Africa na Nigeria sika omunya nyina no ekwo sika omunya nyina ekwo omukrom. Heritage Bank nya sika ewo Ghana ha. GN Bank nya sika ewo Ghana ha. Uni Bank nya sika ewo Ghana. Capital nya ewo Ghana. Eso so yesi empeni sa.
Heritage the same.
Wo se empeni sa. Enti no sika bi omu benya bia no, omu fa nkwa mo no ni. Aden. Ya je trimodin sem no.
How?
Now ye Ghana ni na wote ho na wo so sa de we so. Na wo so. Say indigenous banks no grow. Ghana for ankasa banks no etimi gina. Enye Ghana for na be adwuma.
Exactly.
Obi beka say foreign banks no say Ghana for nso na adwuma de. Yes, managerial positions no. How many Ghanaians are there?
Yeah.
Go and check.
Hopeson, so more meba. I say I'm happy that Hopeson Yalviadoye saw the dangers ahead of Nana Addo government and opted out early, because it was in that administration he became popular by slapping an opponent in the studio. I'm sure by now he has regrets behaving that way.
Administration.
Deborah, I don't know what does.
I don't know yet. I work on my popularity.
Exactly. Good evening, Kwaku. In fact, I really like Hopeson, how he makes his analysis. That white costume man is hell for Ghana. He really must be prosecuted and jailed. The government must confiscate all assets. He has let people die out of pain and anxiety, especially those whose money is locked in various collapsed banks. I am Ben from Kaswa. Okay, a lot of messages are coming. My mention was also, hello Kwaku. I am euphoric to see the former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta face arrest as a custodian of our common purse. He must be held accountable. The special prosecutor's action today demonstrated a commitment to justice, straightforwardness. I eagerly await the prosecution of others who's embezzled Ghanaians' funds. Justice is now. Ghana must work again, and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. Echo Thomas, no, the free Tema Committee for by. Good evening, Kwaku. Please, I'm Ernest Kwanzaa from Dasman. Hey, Kwaku, are you really opening my eyes, Pao, on those collapse of banks? But I heard that some amount of billions of dollars got lost at BOG. Ken Ofori Atta is really a Judas. Good evening. I'll say to you all, I am Beatrice from Atiavi, watching you live. I am enjoying the program. I like my big brother because he always say the truth to please. Can I get his number?
Okay.
I see. Yeah, nipe number there. Joke. I'll say please do back to sender again. Do what? Go back to sender again to Ashanti Bedie too. Something like that. Well, see, please, why don't you get reply for what I wrote, please? Sometime when something, I don't understand what is happening here. I'm sure. Good evening, Kwaku. Are you? Or say you are doing a great job for Mother Ghana. May the fire from heaven consume any evil people with their evil heart together with their evil plan, and these people stand against you because of you are indeed saving Mother Ghana. They were paralyzed and rust in their sick bed. Kwaku, this program is hitting across the globe. Kwaku, why wouldn't you repeat your program on Sunday together with Hopeson Yalvi Adoye, that Ghanaians would understand certain things that is going wrong? Well, you better say it. Yeah, let me post some messages near Yemra. As you better wrap it up. Now, looking at Nipebi say, now the MPP is even making noise. Say, Starley, they call what? Yeah, they call you away no in members of parliament even so air complaining for what is a minority leader no grano. Saying. No, before I finish, minority leader, I apologize on behalf of the security services.
Majority leader.
Majority leader. Ayaraga. What is I know?
Oh, suddenly, I mean, parliament, parliament.
Majority leader, no, Mahama Ayaraga, no, organisms. Quite a number of them are expressing concern. The floor of the house again, raising issues to do with the modus operandi of the special prosecutor, and then also allied security services to suggest that that Rambo star is untenable. Therefore, Mahama Ayaraga finally then rendered an apology on behalf of the security service and so forth. So, Ebasia, is it a way also to embolden others to stand by and say, "Muntimi mayefi next council session one person as well"? Hopeson, is this the right approach?
Oh, no, dear. One say, or a leader of government business. Adam Crawford, so, or my you say, or Mubeye, or Muhuti say, a candidate. Or my own Hukutako. And yes, I say, we be in a home, you be the door. Or also person government business, Ecoso.
Yeah.
Eti, no, the matured way to calm the tempers and then forward. But I can assure the whole Ghana, say, this thing will not deter the security services.
That's right.
It cannot. The Federal can say, was a special operations director at the National Security Service. And not just operations director, special operations director.
Yeah.
Eti, no war, the duties are over. So, on the Sabe, be a new I couple bomb for Sumana. Head never be yes, ya bubo mushum near the day. As it's all come tempest. I don't know, does it mean, say, as it's so mura with your mumra. And you already have more fan no, and what is your moho, and yes, I know. Yeah. Says it's so mura or bubura. So, we are talking about Ghana, Sika, you lusu, any day, and no near to share a man for sorry or monya, and Yanini, a man for sorry in Sioma, or Molite, doom, and in the Kaikahu. We need money to do all those things. And January, I can tell you, say, said the Etibiano, Becoso, or most suspected one, they will come and set you. Or Mukoy or 1 to 2 of your home. I know one for Munsan can be out of your home. Go Muraho, I know Moseche. I didn't say a man yet to say, I got to say, where do you see war? A canoe for that if you What will be in Sihono? But you should be aware. Hey, Meso Munya like they will come. You who say BBC they will come there and search.
They will come
this
there.
Is a country. We are building a country.
Exactly. Now,
say democracy in Tina. What be transit titi ye dream near there. Yes, say democracy in we cannot come and search you. Now we see a go pass in a woody.
Yeah, I carry 5 minutes, then we walk out. Now, still on the security belt, no one say for the IGP continued to stay in office, and it's beginning to be very worrying. Police, if you gusu yededeo, minimum signals I will pick it on the ground as of now, with respect to the IGP still in office.
Memenya penny bi pa ne di nkomo. And I'm gonna say, what the implications of what is going on.
Yeah.
On was on pa. And then me throw bibi me Facebook. Me say time will surely tell.
Yeah.
What say it's just a matter of time. Men come to me. Men come to me. Enye bibia that the dear America kini aye. To the binyambo treboko. They know what they are doing.
I see.
And no Emma Mijaration Mukaka.
Oh, okay.
Na me don't work as a lobbying the Kosopa.
Papa.
But you see, a toda when you get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Now one missing forever. And then Bibia obey enka who. And you'll be a fabium. One yet, let the people know, say, yes, this is you. And to say now, me who IGP waba so hania son Facebook live.
Aye.
No one nam. Odru baby obi chinikala we no aje no onum na kala wele no. Yeah, say then kwani na wonam ha ni ehia himfo ha ade ne kai ka ho si papa yi o president did that chi bia na accident.
Yeah.
So on it. Yeah.
Sadi
ya wo ye nyina won se first no kra na wo kwa na pobavo no edi na chi. Ne colleagues yi COPs no tom didi na chi etom rebi na afi wo wo mo te se first ni bia.
Yeah.
Eni ade. Eti in fact maka aka number one worry me in the Ghana Police Service is the break of the chain of command. A break, you know, is serious. Me say ya nhwe
there are some
who say within the shortest possible time. Na baby aginsem. Robbery ebe kokoso nsem basabasa ebe kokoso any ade.
Yeah.
Obi ti wonu mo ti wodin on kasa. What you say? Because okwapo yi wodim de ba be yo.
Sure.
Obi ka bibia say wo ni ato ya more transfer ni ade woko any ade. Say sasemui. Emre bi na police officer bi omo call ba bi say ya ana commodity mu say afi junior officer me onye junior pasa anu one of the commissioners ekoko share wo eye ye kan say officers mess go share officers mess ado budi nkomo naja omo aje omo bi e one bottle bi say omoni papa ibe hu say wone ayi si ho pe asemo aba 3 days time bebefe. Oh. Ni amma kwa no so de no kwa no that region.
Wow.
Because it's obeto say one in the colleague eti hokeke. I mean what kind of you no. I don't know free fan. Wow. The person na mu pay den mo adwuma together. Look, me free abi who Ghana Police Service. This is the first time but who say sir that got me yet so wide.
Very.
So, Wamwa ye who or more bad and fully more one more could that lobone or pombonu one or munina. What do you say? And yes, and a program the police service in the moment. But then to say, ya be create para ayi wa ha say every unity bia ye wo nkrofo bi omo ye police ni di nkomokra no hu say yon wan fo ni bi ba no osro ho anu aka na no atum because wo be ka asem no wo ayi kwame danso wo ti wa anu afro wo na wo ti ho ka asem ye den no I mean what kind of ayi no e basa e be ye den adam otima ya adwuma e dia ball man Ghana is not about one person though.
Yeah.
It's about all of us. About all of us. And now go for do. One retire.
One retire.
And Homesa, I just convoy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, yeah.
Bibia wo ashase bia no. E wa wiye. Etime de me maka. Me say so. Say government of Ghana and this year buying. Yo,
good. Mesade Hopeson about because this is a developing story. But Hopeson, quick one. Yes, man can't just 100 years. Ewo ati having a wama. Messages good. Nyasam keto.
Na.
Yes, 100 years of ati.
And I mean, almost so far.
The whole of
that day. In fact, no. Not get some meko. But meko kumasi the previous day.
Okay.
And I'm be drew Sunday. No time I be drew you know.
Yeah.
Because me driver me kodoma ayi. But ombe hu me enche.
That's right.
Say I gave my pledge. So
exactly.
me person me deko.
Exactly.